Hello, and welcome to the Secret Adventures of Black People. I'm your host, Nicole Hill. Someone told me they'd be ashamed to admit loving Christmas movies and TV specials because it might make them sound not smart. But I am smart, so I don't care about that. What I actually worried about was if admitting that I like cheesy TV programming would make me sound not black. So for a while, I'd enjoy my Christmas TV shows on the low. Thankfully, I've met a lot of black people since then, all kinds of different black people. And I know now that, yeah, there are things that we do that bind us, but there isn't actually anything that I could do or not do that would make me not black. It's kind of a done deal, you know? And now I feel a little sad for myself that that was ever a real concern, but grateful for a new understanding of what it means to be black, and especially grateful to be able to proudly say that this entire season is devoted to the holidays and to cheesiness and to the countless number of ways there are to be black. I'm talking to members of our extended black family abroad about holiday traditions and about their relationship to their race. Now, these aren't actual family members. Technically speaking, they are strangers, but they're black, so that makes us at least play cousins. And there's definitely a family resemblance.
Everybody loves Christmas. I think in Ireland, everybody, it's really like once Halloween is done, and like it's the 1st of November, it's Christmas overdrive. All the shops change. Christmas, the Christmas lights.
This is Cousin Kenny, and he is headed home to Dublin from Belfast to spend Christmas with his mom and sisters.
And then it's just a really good, nice time. It's just I think everybody goes into that like really Christmas spirit, and for black people especially, Christmas is a really good time for family. We'd always go to church.
He told me about his Nigerian traditions and Irish traditions and what it's like being black and Irish, which is also the name of a fantastic podcast. You should definitely check that out. But first things first, we talk Christmas TV. Okay, so we have a channel here called Hallmark, and they make like very super cheesy holiday love stories where it's like, a girl goes to the big city and meets a toy maker and they fall in love. Do y'all have movies like that at Christmas time?
Yeah, we get those movies. Those are like we have Hallmark. Like if you have Sky, you'll have Hallmark, and you get all those. Oh, it's the same plot every single time.
Yeah.
Or it's the one about the kid that goes to see her dad, who's not usually spends time with them, and like, oh yeah, we get them.
Do you watch them ever?
I would. They would. It's the only time when you can just be like, yeah, you stick them on. Yeah, it's fine. Let's watch it.
So you do watch them? Do you like them?
I do like cheese and cringe. I'll admit it. Like I'd be quite a cheesy person. So I'm like, yeah, I'll watch it.
You said your parents are from Nigeria?
Yes.
Okay, so do you all have like a blend of traditions then, or is it all Irish?
I suppose there would be a blend of traditions. So I suppose the blend would really be in probably the food that we eat. So obviously traditional Irish, like Christmas dinner would be turkey, chicken, roast potatoes, stuffing, that kind of thing. But like if you're Nigerian, you'd probably have some jollof rice and chicken and stuff like that. Super malt, you'd have some Pure Heaven or Slur instead of sort of mulled wine.
What is Pure Heaven? What's that?
So Pure Heaven is a brand of non-alcoholic wine, which is just really sweet and just really nice. I don't know if you can get it. You should. If you go into an African store, you might be able to get it there.
In Ireland, do you all identify as black? Do you call yourselves black, or is that unusual because you know that you're Nigerian or you know that you're, where you're from?
That's a really good question. And I suppose one. So, for example, for myself, I was born in Nigeria. I moved to Ireland when I was 4 years old. I'm 25 now, so I've been here pretty much all my life. All my education has been here. I would still very much consider myself Nigerian, but I would say I'm Irish. I would say like I understand the Irish way of life. I understand Irish culture. So I would say like I'm Black and Irish.
Mm.
There's I suppose a lot of people would contest that. Mainly probably a lot of racist people would contest that. But like I would consider myself, I suppose, Black first, Nigerian second, Irish third. Because like growing up, I was very much obviously going in school, Irish culture. But when you come home, you're very much ingrained in Nigerian culture. My mom would speak Yoruba to me. I'd understand it fluently. Wouldn't be able to speak it great, but like, I can understand it fluently. Like we'd have Yoruba and Nigerian cuisine. All my friends, like my close friends right now, friends growing up, would be Nigerian or sort of some or African. But like I'd still have some Irish friends as well.
When you all were protesting over there about George Floyd's murder, which was over here, what was the message y'all were trying to get across when y'all were marching? Like, what kind of signs did you all hold up and ask for?
The message was literally Black Lives Matter. The message was it was pretty much the same as what you guys were saying, which like Black Lives Matter. These things happen here as well. These not like. Luckily, we don't have sort of I wouldn't say we don't have trigger happy police. We do have police who can be quite discriminatory or quite sort of harsher on Black people or on Black events and things like that. So we've been experiencing discrimination as well. So we were trying to say Black Lives Matter. Black people need opportunities as well. Black people need to sort of feel a part of the society as well. You know, but also we felt the pain of black people elsewhere, everywhere, and African Americans as well, because we see the news of the different people, apart from George Floyd, Tamir Rice, Sandra Bland, all these people. We've seen that, and we get just as outraged. Like so I think obviously standing in solidarity, but also we have our own fight here as well. Like there's a huge generation of migration from of African people to Ireland and the UK back in like the late 90s, early 2000s. So a lot of these kids these days growing up are about 20, my sister's age, they would have been born here and stuff like that. So they're integrating into that Irish society and into Irish culture. There was Black people way before that, but there wasn't like a lot.
Yeah.
But like now there's a lot more. We're still very much a minority, and I'm very much a minority. I wouldn't even say there's wouldn't even be up to maybe 5% of Black people make up the Irish population. But there's a lot of us to like create something and to create an industry and create a scene and create a culture of being Black and Irish, the same way as like being Black and British or African American. So I think that's what we're formulating, and that's what we're sort of creating ourselves. But it's just being proud to say, oh yeah, I'm Nigerian or I'm Black. But yeah, I'm also from Ireland, and I've grown up in Ireland, and my education's been in Ireland, and I love Irish people, and I love the Irish way of life, and I love the Irish culture. I love the Irish weather. Not really, but
I was going to say, do you?
Not really, but you know. In the coming weeks, Black and Irish are hosting our very first sort of Black and Irish Awards, where we're celebrating just all Black and Irish talent and activists and people who are doing some really cool stuff in the industry. You know, so there's been a lot of change. There's still a long way to go, because even announcing that, there was so many comments from people being like, oh, is this not segregating more? Wow. What is this about? All this kind of stuff. they were always going to get that.
Right.
So there's I see that sigh is like, well, like I remember last year was a very tough year for me personally, like obviously being in the pandemic, but also then all these stories coming up, all these people telling them the experiences of being Black and what people have gone through. And then there was the whole like NSARS movement in Nigeria as well. There was a lot last year, and it just shows you how hard it is being Black sometimes, you know?
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
But there's a long way to go. We're doing a lot. We're doing good things. And yeah, hopefully continuing the fight, you know? One thing that we do, I don't know if, so we have these things, soaps, like
soap operas? Yeah.
So we have, there's 3 of them that like I'd watch, me and my family would watch it. So EastEnders, Coronation Street, and Emmerdale.
Okay.
And they always have a Christmas special where something blows up or something happens. That is literally, so Christmas Day is eat, chill, wear some Christmas clothes, take some pictures, all that kind. And then when it comes to like 7 o'clock, you're on Emmerdale for an hour. It's Coronation Street for an hour and EastEnders for an hour, and you know someone's gonna die, or someone's gonna have an accident, or someone's gonna blow up, and it's the best thing. And everybody on like, they're British shows, so everybody on Twitter is around our age, grew up with it as well. So everybody would be live screaming. That's the only time everybody live streaming EastEnders would be like, yeah, this guy, he's still alive. He's still in there. Like, we don't watch it all year. And then we go on Christmas and we're like, yeah, one Christmas, and everybody loves it. And so it was in EastEnders. It was about 10 years ago. One of a family went and sat down for Christmas, and a video was played of the father-in-law cheating with the son's wife. And you could see him point blank cheating. And he was like, turn it off. That's a bit of a joke. All this kind of stuff. The actor is Max Branning in the show. Everybody knows him. He's a serial womanizer. And like, there'll be memes about it, all this kind of stuff. And it's so iconic with Christmas. And he's in the Christmas suit and everything, because he was playing the Santa for the kids. Oh, it's the best. If you ever look up Max Branning Christmas, it's amazing.
Oh my God.
Prime TV. The best.
And everyone was just like going crazy over it.
Yeah. Every year, everybody would bring it up and like, do you remember that Christmas when Max was cheating and he tried to convince us that he wasn't when we saw it? It was mad.
Oh man, I didn't know about this tradition on Christmas. So
Everything is calm. Now it's midnight. Everybody's sleeping. All is peace.
Thank you, Cousin Kenny, and shout out to the Black and Irish podcast. Seriously, you need to go listen to them. They are out in Ireland, and they're highlighting and celebrating the identity of Black and mixed race Irish people. And they're also spreading awareness through stories, which I love. All the links to their work will be in the show notes for this episode and on thesecretadventuresofblackpeople.com. I had the best time talking with Kenny about his family's holiday traditions and learning more about his experience being Black and Irish, and I share a little bit of that conversation on Patreon. So if you're a supporter, check it out, and if you're not, go to patreon.com and search for The Secret Adventures of Black People. Thank you to my mom and my sister for being my story editors this season. Every storyteller needs good editors, and I am lucky to have found mine in-house because it's cheaper that way. Thank you to Epidemic Sounds for the music. I'm Nicole Hill, host and creator and producer of this show and lover of all things Hallmark. And no, I don't care that it's the same story over and over again. I'll see you again soon for more stories of Black folks holding it down across space and time.